Hi, everyone. Welcome to our One World Zohar, our energy connection with the portion of the week. It's a little confusing if anyone's really paying attention because in Israel, they're reading Shlach Lecha, but everywhere else in the world, they're reading B'halotcha. They're out of sync. The portions are out of sync. Why would that be? Now, at the Kabbalah Center, we follow what they're doing in Israel. And so we're reading Shlach Lecha today. But just to note that, if you see anything anywhere else, it could potentially be a little confusing. But the energy that we're connecting to is Shlach Lecha. And again, we're at verse 152 in my English Aramaic edition of the Zohar. And the name of the article is Letters Soaring. Before we begin, as we do each week, we want to invite in the Kabbalistic lineage of the Rav and Karen Michael, Rabbi Shlach, Rabbi Rambine, the Riyah Kodesh, the Ramchal, Rabbi Tarfon, Rabbi Mazulai, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Levatepsk, Rav Kolon, Shapir Piasetzon, the Baal Shem Tov, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and all the students from Mordechai of Chernobyl, one soul with Yosef Tzaddik, Joseph the Righteous in Shechem. We invite them in to assist us in uncovering what is available to us in this section of the Zohar. We're not going to do it on our own. We need help. As much help as we can get. As we will be connecting to the level of Binah, the reservoir of fulfillment within the tree of life, the 10 Sfirot. So first I want to begin by let's have a consciousness as we connect to these letters, we're connecting to the upper realm. And so we want to bring down blessings. And let's begin by connecting to the energy available to us in the upper realm of healing. So everyone you know who needs healing, now's your opportunity during this class and right now to send them energy of healing. I'm looking down my list. And we just want to picture them. If you know their name, even better. If you know their name and their mother's name, even better. And we're sending them energy of healing and protection. Also, let's send energy of assistance and elevation to those souls that we know are in the first 12 months of their elevation. That's when it's most challenging. And so we want to assist them. And I have a list for that too. Yehuda ben Abraham, Ganessa bat Zev, Lindy bat Stanford, Yael bat Yaakov. Let's also connect to the energy of Ahavat Chinam, unconditional love, treating everyone in the world with human decency, ending the wars and conflicts that are going on in our world, protection for all those innocents in harm's way, protection from evil eye and evil speech, and removal of chaos and negativity from our world. So I started off talking about the power of the letters, which we're going to connect to. Additionally, this section is on the letters. It's called Letters Soaring. So let's begin with verse 152. Le'ela mikulhu zininin acharanin, v'shafninin acharanin, dekab parchin ba'avira. Salke v'nachte nachte v'salke la mishtachachin amin advan ravravan v'advan ziran parchin beinaihu. Okay, so Ivana, do you have the synopsis?
I do in the app. I hope that's the correct one.
I'm sure I'll let you know if it's not. Let's start there.
We hear of the birds that rise and descend, and are told that these are the great and the small letters.
What? Letters? Birds? What could possibly be the connection? What are we talking about? So we'll see. Let's continue.
When the letters fly, a person sees written in the air temporarily in great letters, "In the beginning Elohim created," followed by the other sayings in the acts of creation.
Okay. So as you may or may not know, Monday through Thursday at our 2:30 Central Time slot, we are studying the book of Breshit, there's two books of Breshit. We're in volume 2 already. You're all welcome to join us. And we're learning about all the acts of creation. So I have to come to Shlach Lecha, though, to get some additional information about what is the significance of the acts of creation. And this is another aspect. And what the Zohar is going to show us is that, as perhaps we know already, the foundation of the world is the 22 letters of the Aramaic alphabet. we often refer to as the Hebrew alphabet, but the reality is it's the Aramaic alphabet, which is used in Hebrew and used in the Torah scroll. And those letters, those 22 letters, and the Zohar goes into detail about this, are what the world was created with. Letters? What kind of formula is that? I mean, and so the first opportunity for us as we approach this information is the idea that we really have to open up our consciousness and try and see beyond what our five senses are telling us. We need to be above what our five senses show us. Those aren't, we're taught, like you go to school, this, your senses are channels that you pick information up from. Without them, you couldn't have those five senses. When in reality, science will tell you those senses are filters. You're not getting all the information that's available. They're filtering enough information that your brain can process it. And by the way, for an example of seeing without eyes, just think about when you're in a dream state. What are you looking at? What are you seeing then? So there is this opportunity for us to rise above what our five senses tell us and understand that there's a world there waiting for us to perceive. And the beauty of the connection to the Zohar is these words, these verses, these letters are not of the physical world. When we connect to these letters, we're connecting to the upper realm, the realm beyond our senses. So just the study, just the reading, just the scanning of the letters themselves is us connecting to the upper realm. And by doing that, it helps us to remove the blockages. What blockages? What kind of blockages? The things that stand in the way of my seeing the deeper reality. I mean, every day, every moment, I would love to get another piece of information that I'm not perceiving about what's real, because this is the world of lies. Literally, that's what the Kabbalists call this. It's the world of lies, the world of truth. The Olam HaEmet is the upper realm. That's the truth. This isn't. So this forces us to come to terms with the world around us and consequently how we're navigating it. Like we at best, we have 1% of the information we need to make decisions. Yeah, we have to make decisions. We have to show up. We have to do things. So again, an opportunity, huge opportunity for us to rise above this aspect of physicality that we're being bombarded with 24/7. Well, maybe in the sleep state, we're not really bombarded with it. But we're so heavily connected to physicality that it's a challenge. It requires work to connect to the deeper reality. And that's the path that we're on. If we're here studying the Zohar right now, that's where we are. We're connecting. Let's continue.
The author says that whoever preserves the covenant places himself to follow the Shekhinah,
Shekhinah, yes.
Shekhinah, and is guarded from behind by the supernal righteous with great love.
So the covenant often refers to as circumcision. Well, not everyone gets circumcised. So that's an aspect of the covenant. But let's also accept the idea that when you're doing circumcision, yes, there are people that do it out of just a dogmatic approach. Kabbalistically, though, that's serious. like circumcision is like you're literally changing your physical form to assist in elevating our consciousness. If you don't have an elevated consciousness, there's no way circumcision is going to make sense. And so for us, all the things that we do on this path represent opportunities for us, again, to rise above physicality, to do things because we understand there's a deeper reality. And that reality is we want to align with the light of the Creator. And that's not easy because the light of the Creator is hidden. Why is the light of the Creator hidden? Because we asked for a world where we could earn the light. And if the light wasn't hidden, we wouldn't be earning the light. It'd be available for us. It'd be everywhere. So we have to earn the light. We ask for that opportunity in a world that's, we say it's 5-dimensional, but I don't know that it, or 3-dimensional. I mean, whatever. It's a physical world we encounter, but it's a deeper reality that we really want to connect to. ultimately so we can align ourselves with our soul's purpose, why our soul came here, and ultimately so we can be aligned with the light of the Creator. Let's continue.
We hear that when the firmament resolves and performs music from the sound of the waters that flow, but the lower grades are not capable of hearing it.
What?
Whoever
Wait, hold on a second. So in our study of Breshit, of the creation story, we learned that there's a firmament. I assumed the firmament was like the planet, but there's a higher firmament, which separates the upper waters from the lower waters. But the interesting thing is that firmament revolves, so obviously we're not seeing that, and performs music from the sound of the waters that flow. So there's an element to reality that we're not necessarily perceiving. Does anyone remember the Zohar we studied where we talked about King David writing the Psalms, where he got the Psalms from? Anyone recall that? We studied the Zohar maybe 3 months ago. So what the Zohar told us was King David didn't write the Psalms. He channeled them. Like all of our holy writings, they're not of this world, they're from the upper realm. And it's those very elevated souls that channeled that light. And eventually we get the ability to connect to that light through the writings. And what the Zohar told us about the songs of the Psalms is that they came from this very elevated part of Malchut, that they're there. He only was able to grab 150. I don't know how many, probably limitless Psalms are available. Again, it's another way of looking. We don't want to look at the Zohar. We don't want to look at Tehillim Psalms or the Torah or any of our holy writings. We don't want to look at them as literature. They're not literature. Yes, scholars will look at them as literature. If you go take a Bible course at University of Chicago, it's going to be taught like it's literature. This is not for us literature. These are channels to the upper realm. And the unique aspect of Psalms of Tehillim is David, King David, David HaMelech. He is the channel for Malchut. He represents our ability to rise above the chaos of the physical world. And he infused that light within the Psalms that we read, which make up the great majority of our prayers. And so what we're doing when we're connecting to Psalms is rising above the energy of chaos in our world. It looks like chaos. It's really not. We're only seeing 1%. So of course, it looks like an incomplete puzzle. But that's only a very partial reality. Let's continue.
Whoever deserves to receive from those waters stands there in happiness and in awe, since both come from serving God.
Yes, we pray actually in happiness and awe. So like when we are meritorious, when we have done our work, when we're on this path, when we're looking to remove our blockages, when we're looking to connect to the light and to align with the light in a much deeper way, we are able to connect to not the joy from the Knicks winning game 1. I mean, I enjoyed that. It's not the kind of joy we're talking about here. It's not the joy of just like, the simple pleasures of life. No, it's the kind of joy of knowing that I'm actually doing my soul's work, that I feel that everything I do is purposeful and meaningful, that I'm playing a role in completing the creation. That's part of what my soul came here to do. And in that sense, it's an internal joy. It's the joy that's in here. And it's awe, not fear, but it's awe of the fact that this is a world that far exceeds our ability to perceive it. It's like the example I like to use is if you've ever been to the Grand Canyon and you're standing either at the north side or the south side, and and you look at the Grand Canyon, it's like the most massive structure I've ever seen. It's almost incomprehensible, the sheer size of the Grand Canyon. And you could take a picture of it. It doesn't capture the scope and scale of the size. It's like I look up into the sky, that goes pretty far too, but I can't, there's no reference points. I mean, there's stars, but it's not the same. But at the Grand Canyon, you see this immensely large structure. And that's just on the earth. That's not counting the structure of space. It's not even comparable to the structure of the upper realm. Okay. Ivana, can you read 152?
Above them all, that is in Bina, there are other varieties and other turtle doves that fly in the air in the secret of the ascension of Malchut to Bina.
Okay, so what we're getting into here, what this is really all about, is us connecting to the upper realm. And that's a huge opportunity that we have in this section, is to really make that connection to the upper realm. Well, how do I do that? Well, as we say, consciousness is everything. It happens with my consciousness. It happens with my being open consciously to the idea that there actually is a realm of miracles. That there is a realm, whatever lack I'm experiencing, the satisfaction of that lack, the fulfillment of that lack is in the upper realm. It's there. Well, why don't I experience it? Because it's in the upper realm and you're in this realm. And we have to do work to manifest that light, to manifest those blessings. And one of the things that's available to us, so like that level is not what we refer to as Binah. It's the reservoir of fulfillment. All the lacks that we have, that we're experiencing, the fulfillment is in that level of Binah. We connect to it when we study the Zohar. There's other opportunities we have to connect to it. And right here, we're talking about, well, the Zohar is calling them turtle doves that fly in the air and represent this connection between our world of Malchut and that upper realm of Binah. So the opportunity for us is to open up those channels and to manifest those blessings. Let's continue. But in order to do that, just connecting to this section, we're doing it. But let's not be satisfied with that. Let's try and unpack this so we can understand it in a deeper way. Let's continue.
Rising and descending and rising, they never rest quietly. And he explains why it is so.
I just want to say that, and I've said this often, but more times I say it, hopefully I can actually see it. You look at the world around you and it looks static. The table I'm sitting at is the same table that was here yesterday, in the same position. It hasn't moved. The world is static. The door is out of my apartment. It's the same place it has been. No, it's not. It's all energy. It's all energy waves. We don't perceive it, but science knows at a submolecular level, it's all energy. It's nothing physical. We attach the word physical to objects that appear immovable. It's just energy. And every time your consciousness turns to it, it collapses. From energy to physicality. I'm not even sure it really collapses, but it does for all intents and purposes. I can only get out of the apartment through the door. I can't walk through the wall. Because my consciousness isn't open to that. And that's the nature of this world we came to for the purpose of revealing light. But let's understand that there's an interaction, ascending and descending all the time. There's, the subway to and fro to the world of Bina is constantly running. It's never not running. The fact that we don't perceive it is something else. So here's an opportunity again for us to unlock the limitations to our consciousness. Let's continue.
It is because great letters that are Binah and small letters that are Malchut fly between them, since sometimes the small letters rise to the great letters, that is, Malchut to Binah, and sometimes the small letters return and emerge from the great letters, that is, Malchut comes back and emanates from Binah.
So these letters go up and they come back and they're bringing this energy. What is the letter? It's consciousness. It's an energy consciousness. That's all a letter is. It's energy. I mean, it's energy. I write the letter A or B. Is that energy? Well, I don't know about that, but Aleph and Bet certainly are. Those weren't created by man. Those come from the upper realm. And there's an energy consciousness associated with those letters. Now, I didn't know this before I reached this path, but I know it now, and you've probably heard me speak about this. Tomorrow morning, we're going to pull the Torah scroll and, in the Kabbalah centers around the world, and in a lot of places around the world, they'll pull it out. No one really pays attention to this, but at the center we do. And that is, if you ever looked at a Torah scroll, you see one font size. Every letter is the same size. Really? Actually not. Actually not. There are exceptions where letters appear in a larger font size. And there are exceptions where letters appear in a smaller font size than the standard font size. Fascinating. I never knew that. By the way, if you ever saw one of the most seen portions by most people is the beginning is Breshit. Starts with a bet. It's an oversized letter. Literally, that bet is a connection. As the Zohar is just pointing out, those big letters are connections to Binah. And the undersized letters, those are connections to Malchut. So when we read the Torah, there's this whole interchange and exchange of energy rising and falling that we're connecting to tomorrow morning, and also Monday and Thursday mornings, and special times also, other windows in time. But that's one of the most powerful aspects of the Shabbat morning reading. And if you can see it live, great. If you can, you can stream it. I mean, there's opportunities to do that. But what does it mean? I'm connecting to the small letters, the mid-sized letters, large letters. I'm connecting to the upper realm. Among the purposes of listening to that Torah reading, it's as if we're back at Mount Sinai. And at Mount Sinai, we connected to the Garden of Eden. Immortality was manifested. So there's tremendous opportunities for opening blessings and removing chaos so we can enter the week ahead grounded without chaos, chaos-free, or with the ability to at least remove the chaos on the week ahead. So it's an extremely, extremely powerful opportunity. Yeah, in most places of the world, it's read in a very rote way. No one's discussing that it's like removing chaos for the week, but that's the distinction of this path, and understand the reason why we do the things that we do. So, okay, if the oversized letters are Binah and the undersized letters are Malchut, what is the standard sized letter in the Torah scroll? Zeron Pen, the 6 Sfirot above our realm of Malchut, the place through which all blessings reach our physical realm. So it's like, yeah, you can look at it like we're just reading some historical document. For some reason, it's on parchment. It's alive. I mean, it's like among the most unique opportunities we have each week to remove the chaos that we're experiencing. It's super powerful. And we're getting that here right now. As we discuss this, as we unpack this, as our consciousness connects in this way, we're getting those opportunities right now. Okay, let's take another one, 153. I chasida kadisha b'shata da'advan parchin, chame barnash ba'advan, rav ravan, ketiv, ba'avira lefum sha'ata b'reshit bara lokim et ha-shamayim et ha'aretz. Bache advan z'iran, behu, ufarchin v'itchazeh minayhu, ketiv, v'yomer lokim yihi or v'gomer, v'yer lokim et ha'or v'gomer, levatar mehadre advan z'iran, uvache ba'advan rav ravan, umitchazeh minayu dichtiv, v'yomer lokim yihi rakia v'gomer, v'chein kol ovadad v'reshit, li'an rav ravan v'chedu, la'aynin ovadan v'at van, ilain. Zeka'a yam ama t'chol da mecha kan. Ivana?
Oh, holy, pious one?
Pious one.
Pious one.
Yes.
When the letters fly, a person sees written in great letters, which are Binah, in the air temporarily. In the beginning, Elohim created.
Okay, well, wait a second. Where is this taking place? Some kind of laser projection in the sky? Maybe it's drones forming the letters? Like, what is this? Where do I see that? In the air. It's there. We're not seeing it. but it's available. And is it like literally, I see Breshit bara Elokim, in the beginning, Elokim created? That's literally what it says? Well, at one level, yes. At another level, every moment creation is getting renewed. We look at creation like it's a story that happened thousands of years ago, recorded in the Torah. No. I mean, yes, but no. Every moment, creation is recreated. The energy of creation is available everywhere, at all times. Okay, yeah, I can't perceive it with my senses, but it doesn't mean it's not there. That's what that is. It's the energy of creation. Let's continue.
Since these words are from Bina, that is, the secret of great letters.
Okay, so and those letters literally are Binah, because in the creation story, everything is coming. Where's it coming from? It's coming from Binah. By the way, so when we've discussed this, we've actually studied the Zohar, but it merits repetition. We read the Torah as Breshit bara Elokim. But Breshit can also be viewed in multiple ways, but one of the ways it could be viewed as two words, bara sheet. He created six, or was created six. What's six? The six sefirot of Zeir Anpin. So literally in the beginning of the Torah, we see the creation of the sefirot that are channeling the light of the Creator into our world. Bara sheet. He created six. And where did that come from? Zeir Anpin. Excuse me, Binah. That's the big B. That's the big bet. Literally, it's coming from Binah. Now, by the way, if you follow the reading that way, bara sheet, bara Elokim. Created the six, created Elokim, which means God. What? What do you mean created God? So we don't read it that way. It's Elokim. Elokim is an aspect of the Creator, an aspect of the Creator. How does Elokim, anyone, how does Elokim differ from the Tetragrammaton, the Yud Kei Vav Kei? So Elokim is the judgmental aspect of the Creator. Because our world was created with judgment. Is there judgment in the upper realm? No. The judgment in the upper realm is what happened here. No one's doing anything wrong in the upper realm because there's no time. There's no separation between cause and effect. You wouldn't steal from somebody because the consequence is immediate and you can see that. So you don't do that in the upper realm. In our realm, it looks like you can get away with it. There's a time lapse between cause and effect. And that gives us the ability to do tshuva, to correct. That's what time's all about here. It's giving us the opportunity to correct for things that we need to correct before the negative consequences hit us. Okay, let's continue.
Then the small letters strike them, meaning Malchut rises and impact in Bina, that is to say, that she reduces her.
Okay, so this is the aspect of the ability that we have to do the work that we do here, to the blessings that we say, and that energy rises up and creates a chain reaction where we're able to manifest light from the upper realm, light of healing, light of fulfillment, light of prosperity, light of soulmates, all of it. Let's continue.
Then they fly, and it is seen written through them. And Elohim said, "Let there be light." And Elohim saw the light.
Okay, so it's interesting that we're looking, again, it's like a new read on the whole creation story. The Creator said, "Let there be light," and there was light. It doesn't say, "Let there be light," and there was light, and Elohim saw the light. Wait, wasn't there already light? It's not saying the light, and he created light. It's not It's like bara. The word bara isn't there. Vayar Elohim et haor. Excuse me. Vayomer Elohim yihi or. Vayar Elohim et haor. Elohim said, "Let there be light," and then Vayar Elohim, and Elohim saw the light. Wasn't the light there before? Yes, the light was there before. And we're taught by the Ari, Rabbi Isaac Luria, that the light was literally in equal portions at every point in reality. But at the time that we told the Creator we didn't want to receive the light without earning it, there was the great restriction, the great tzimtzum, and the light goes back. But that a light is still available to us, and arguably, the tzimtzum wasn't like the curtain was dropped or the lights were moved. The tzimtzum was there was a curtain placed over our sensory perception of the light. So arguably the light is still available to us at every point in reality. We just don't perceive it. Well, which is it? I don't know. I repeated this line a lot of times. I asked one of my first teachers, when we're connecting to the light of Shabbat, are we rising up to Zeir Anpin, or is Zeir Anpin coming down to Malchut? And he said a little bit of both. I mean, that's the problem. We're so linear in our reading and in our analysis and our trying to understand. And there is no linearity in the upper realm. There's no time, there's no space, there's no linearity. Those are rules that apply to the physical realm. So again, opportunities for us to rise above this construct that we've been taught about the way the physical world works, these limitations that we've accepted. I saw a little piece about they put babies in a room with snakes. I mean, I don't know what scientists thought this one up. And they're just playing with the snakes. They weren't afraid. Like, that's a learned, they're trying to make the point. I don't know. They're trying to make the point that fear of snakes is a learned experience, not natural. We learn so much. We get so much disinformation. Obviously, it's an all-time record, but the amount of disinformation we receive because of how free information flows in this world. But again,
What do you think
that's why this study, what's that, Alan?
What do you think offered their kids up to do that?
I don't know. I'm sure it's like, probably a $50 gift card to Toys R Us or something. I don't know. They weren't poisonous snakes.
Presumably they're boa constrictors.
It was, yeah, they were poisonous snakes. See how that fear came up though? We assumed automatically they were a hazard. They weren't. Anyhow. Let's continue.
Then the small letters again strike the large letters, meaning that again Malchut rises to Binah and diminishes her. It is seen through them that it is written, and Elohim said, "Let there be a firmament," and so on in all of the acts of creation. The acts of these letters are great marvels and gladness to the eyes. Praised is the nation for whom all this awaits.
It sounds like on one level, if you're not on this path and you read that, it sounds like an empty promise. The letters, praised is the nation for whom all this awaits. It's as bountiful as is possible when you open your consciousness up to the idea that the letters are thought consciousness, that thought consciousness is what forms the foundation of our world, that the Torah isn't literature, it's the blueprint for reality, and that when we connect to it, we connect to the foundations of creation, where there was no chaos. The chaos is it's just an incomplete puzzle. We're waiting to fit the other pieces in. If you could see the pieces now, those are the great marvels and gladness in the eyes. If you know what you're doing is precisely what you know you should be doing. if you know that at every turn the Creator has your back, if you know that you don't have to figure out things now that don't matter and give it a chance to play out, then it's like I can really connect to like an inner peace, an inner joy, an inner gladness, and see the world as like as the marvels that it really is. And that's the opportunity that this section gives us. Frankly, all the Zohar does, but this particular Zohar is giving us the opportunity to pull back that curtain, to raise our conscience to understand that nothing's ever happening to me. Things are only happening for me. That ultimately, I'm just here to channel the light of the Creator into the world. And that at Mount Sinai, we took over for the angels in doing our work to complete creation, to perfect creation. It's imperfect. Look around. It's definitely imperfect. But when you're on this path, we're working under the assumption that to be on this path is to channel the light of the Creator in. Each one of us has a different role to play. Well, how do I know what that is? Well, it's your tikkun. It's the things that you are uncomfortable doing. It's the places where you need to reach out to make connections. It's the places where you're feeling vulnerable and you don't want to take the next step. But it's always one step at a time. And the light is always there backing us up. Let's try one more paragraph. 154. Il chasida kadisha man dinatir berit shave le avat roy v'ila kama v'itema man natir l'achora hay natiru rav li'ilaa mikola v'natir le dinatir le umanihu sadik ilaa birchimu sagi al ben sadik v'tzedek v'shechach natir mikol sitrin zaka'a man dinatir brit dab al da Yisrael itchazun kol dechurin denatrin et kayama da kame malka kadisha man ihu diachil liniska libra diu bemtsaita avuha mikan diime mikan diu beinahu v'da kad ihu acharei Hashem.
Oh, holy pious one.
By the way, these paragraphs are beginning, oh, holy pious one. Someone's talking to the Creator. Now, I'd have to go back to the prior sections, which I did study, but I don't remember. But let's just assume it's Rabbi Shimon, like is having a conversation with the Creator. Go ahead.
Whoever preserves the covenant places himself to follow the Shekhinah, and the Shekhinah is in the lead.
So when you are on this path, when you accept upon yourself the covenant, when you accept upon yourself this dynamic relationship with the light of the Creator, you have the protection of the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah goes out ahead of you. And the Shekhinah is this energy, this aspect of the light of the Creator that's a very protective and nurturing light. So to be on this path is to walk behind the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah goes ahead of us. Go ahead.
If you inquire as to who will guard him from behind, he responds, there is a higher, greater protection that protects him from everything.
Okay, so just so we're clear, this is not just an understanding of the construct of protection. This is us connecting to the energy of protection. We are gaining energy of protection with the reading of this section. Go ahead.
What is it? It is the supernal righteous that is Yesod or Zerampin that protects him with great love. Consequently, he enters between the righteous that is Yesod and righteousness that is Malchut, and is thus protected on all sides, Yesod from behind and Malchut in front.
I mean, this is really to be on this path, to accept this construct of reality, to accept our role in being channels of the light of the Creator, gains for us protection in front of us and behind us. Interestingly, when we talk about the accepting the covenant, one of the most understood ideas is this idea of circumcision. The reproductive organs represent Yesod. So in male circumcision, this is us restricting, in a way, but it's really perfecting Yesod, is making a stronger connection to this energy of Yesod. We literally channel light through those organs. It's literally us participating in the energy of creation. We're channeling souls into the world. And so when we accept that Yesod, which is the sixth Sfira Zeir Anpin, as this channel that we're looking to connect with, that we're looking to remove the blockages from, this again is how we align ourselves with the light of the Creator and understanding this deeper reality of the construct of reality and where our blessings come from. Where does my income come from? My boss, my clients, my creativity? No, that's all coming from the Creator. It's all coming through Yesod. That's a connection to Yesod is one of the ways in which we manifest light from above. Let's continue.
Praise is the one who preserves this covenant. Therefore, Israel, all the males that uphold this covenant shall be seen in the presence of the Holy One, blessed be He, as it is written, 3 times in the year all your males shall appear. Who is it that can harm a son whose father is on one side and his mother is on the other side, and he is in the middle between them? That is, when he follows Hashem, meaning only behind Malchut, as mentioned above.
Okay, so again, this is giving us this deep insight to the energy of protection. We have the Shekhinah in front of us. We have Malchut behind us. We have all this energy of protection that surrounds us. And this is, well, how do I do that? And is it only through circumcision? No, it's not. It's the way in which we open our consciousness up to align ourselves with the light of the Creator, to understand that we have a role to play here in removing the blockages, in understanding that I'm not a victim. I am only experiencing life as it was perfectly designed for me. And by ultimately becoming that channel and assisting in the light and the blessings and the peace and the taking literally the world to the next level. Okay, we're out of time. Ivana, thank you so much for reading. Love you all. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Shalom. Shalom. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.